Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host and future Ohio gubernatorial candidate, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about why that scumbag piece of shit, Gavin Newsom, needs to be arrested in the state of Ohio for election interference, among other things for that matter. He also needs to be tried with crimes committed in his own state, and at a federal level for that matter, for the people he helped mass murder in 2020 and 2021 and 2022 for that matter, for all the children that he's helped massacre for the past 10 to 15 years now that he's been lieutenant governor in that state and not governor of that state, etc., etc. So, obviously, for those that don't know, piece of shit Newsom yesterday put out the following stupid-ass fucking tweet that 100%, when you actually look at election interference, and the fact that there is over $7 million coming out of places like California to interfere in the Ohio elections by doing ad buys against issue 1, etc., etc. This is just one of many reasons why Newsom's need to be arrested right now, and why there should be an active arrest warrant by his ass. And if it wasn't for old motherfuckers like Mike DeWine and everybody else like that being in the power right now, they would actually grow some goddamn balls and do that fucking job. And arrest the son of a bitch is what it is, dude. Or at least put an active arrest warrant for Gavin Newsom is what it would be. So, as Newsom said here, he falsely claimed, by the way, Ohio Republicans are trying to ban abortion. The result, a 5x increase in voter engagement, record-setting early voting. Keep it up, Ohio. Let's make sure the GOP plan backfires spectacularly. Yeah, if that's not, like, the baseline of election interference, I don't know what it is, dude. Because, first of all, you're actively lying, falsely claiming that we're trying to ban abortion here. We're not trying to ban abortion, dude. Because, number one, abortion itself shouldn't be legal to begin with because you're literally killing fucking kids, you dickless piece of shit. But I'm not at least surprised by fucking demon sacks of crap like you, Gavin Newsom, a man who has literally sold out the American people to use California as a beachhead for a future Chinese invasion. That's actually a proven fact, by the way. You can actually go and research that shit, dude, right now. Newsom has actively taken money from the CCP, which, by the way, should be high-level treason and immediate death penalty fucking offense arrests and stuff like that, because you're actively selling out this country to another fucking nation, taking a bunch of money in cash bribes, in Bitcoin, etc., there. And that happened about 2 years ago, give or take. Then, on top of that, all the crimes the community did in 2020 when he locked down his own state for, pretty much an entire year or so, or maybe even more than that. And, actively stopped people from doing religious expression through First Amendment. Got his ass sued in the ground for that one. Helped mass murder a bunch of elderly people there through various, shifting of sick people into old folks' homes, etc. there. So, yeah, the fact that this guy is still actively a sitting governor when it can be easily proven that he clearly fucking cheated to get reelected into office, both in a recall election in 2021 and then in a secondary, his actual second term there in 2022 is what it would be. He cheated in both those elections, obviously. The first one, they basically fortified the election so he can never lose it, is what it was in 2022 and 2021 there with the recall. So, yeah, when you have drop boxes pretty much everywhere and then you keep stuffing ballot boxes, it's pretty fucking easy to win an election, dude. And that's exactly why Gavin Newsom is current governor of California. Even though he shouldn't be. He should be literally sitting in a federal prison cell right now on about 57 different felonies, honestly, at least. Minimum that many. So, but yeah. And like I said, the fact that he is openly admitting to basically trying to fuck with our election cycle, it's like, yeah, why is there not an arrest warrant out for the son of a bitch's arrest, dude? Period. There should be. There should be multiple arrest warrants out for his arrest right now. Both from the state of Ohio and federally as well, for that matter. For various things, criminal community, high treason, etc., etc. And the fact that there's not is absolutely ridiculous, honestly. And the same thing with a lot of sitting governors right now that are Democrats, especially when you have California being one of 20 states now to suck the ATF's dick and try to fuck with frame and receiver stuff, because you now have the SCOTUS ruling happening. The ATF basically trying to take up SCOTUS now with the frame and receiver thing, which, by the way, the ATF doesn't have the power to actually relegate legislation or even make legislation, which is exactly what the ATF frame and receiver rule was. It was them skirting Congress and trying to make their own fucking rules, and they don't have the power to do any of that shit, especially not of the U.S. Constitution, especially not when they were never a fucking entity in this country until like the 1970s, because when you actually look at the history of the ATF, it literally starts back in Prohibition times when their original designation was Prohibition agents back then, during the 1920s and 30s and stuff like that, during the time where alcohol was banned in this country. And then when you look at the history of the NFA and stuff like that, it has to do with that as well, for that matter. And then eventually it was the agency shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting, and then eventually became known as the ATF as it was. So, but yeah, basically, it's an unconstitutional organization, entity, etc., through their agency, whatever you want to call it there, that shouldn't exist to this day, honestly. And the same thing with Newsom's ass as the governor of the city of California. He should not exist in that role. This is exactly what we need. Number one, unmatched qualifications never see a power in this country, honestly. For pieces of shit like Newsom who have, whether it be done election fraud, election interference, etc., whether it be them actively committing high treason against the American people, whether it be them actively grabbing guns from the American people, whether it be them proposing amendments to steal the Second Amendment and completely fuck over the Second Amendment from the American people. You want to talk about future tyrants, dude? Gavin Newsom is a future fucking tyrant. I can tell you that right now. Hell, he's a current tyrant in California, for that matter. Like, again, the fact that this dude is not being tossed the fuck out of office is everything wrong with this country right now. Because you cannot tell me, honestly, and this is the thing, right? The American people can actually citizens arrest someone with as long as they have, like, felony charges, would it be, that they could say, hey, this person's committed this felony or that felony or whatever the case be. You cannot tell me, honestly, in the past 10 plus years now, that Newsom has been both lieutenant governor and now governor of California, that there isn't at least one or two felonies this motherfucker has committed in office that he could easily be arrested for in the state of California by the American people in a citizen's arrest. And that's the problem right now, honestly. And then, of course, the same dickless loser, Gavin Newsom, wants to sit there and bitch about guns and people not being able to, keep and bear arms and stuff like that, while he has like 4 to 5 armed security around him at all time. Because, again, this is what dictator tyrants want to do, man. They want to say rules for thee, but not for me. And it's the same bullshit that Newsom did during the 2020 lockdowns when he defied his own fucking, shutdown orders and stuff like that and was caught at that, what was it, like laundry or whatever, dirty laundry, what the fuck it's called there. The same place London Breed, San Francisco mayor was caught at around the same time, actually. And yeah, they were having fucking parties in there while they were forcing people to be on lockdowns and stuff like that and taking away people's freedoms and stuff like that, dude. So, it's just a bunch of shit entirely, dude. And that's exactly what led to Newsom's recall. And then, of course, this is exactly what led to California committing fortification of every single future election then to make sure that Democrats never lose. It's so unconstitutional, dude. It's not even funny. And this is exactly why I've said before, there is absolutely no reason why Californians have our 50 congressmen from it being representation of federally right now in our country, when you have places like Montana or Wyoming having a single congressman, and you have 52 fucking ass clowns from California in Congress right now, and you got 2 more jackasses from that state in the U.S. Senate. That's a huge fucking problem, dude. When you have 54 people out of the 500-something people that represent Senate/Congress, that's a huge fucking problem. And it's the same thing with New York on top of that, dude. When you got New York having, like, dozens is what it is. Yeah, there's a huge problem there. And that's the issue right now. There is no reason for either one of those states to have that many congressmen in them when you should legitimately have, like, a rule set in place where it doesn't matter how big the state is, how much population the state has in it, or whatever the case be. It should be, no matter what, every state has 5 maximum, and that would be way better for this country right now. So, anyway. But yeah, as you had current Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose say about Newsom's bullshit, this is about roughly in the last hour or so he said this, and Newsom's thing was from almost a day ago now. But as LaRose pointed out, he said, in California, taxpayer money is used to fund abortion on demand. Radical liberals like Gavin Newsom want to bring this and other terrible policies to Ohio. Told you so. Yes, on issue 1 is about stopping the far left from forcing their values down our throats. Don't California my Ohio. And then it talked about Newsom's bullshit tweet. There's what it is. So, honestly, like I said, if LaRose had any damn balls at this point, dude, as Secretary of State, he'd actively put on an arrest warrant for Newsom's arrest, or if nothing else. I'm not sure if he has the power to do that as Secretary of State or not, but, like, I guarantee Attorney General Dave Yost does. So the fact that he hasn't just gone to Dave Yost and been like, yeah, we should probably put an arrest warrant out for Gavin Newsom right now. Like, come on, dude, seriously. Grow a pair, buddy. And as I called out Newsom's bitch ass a while ago, here in the last half hour or so, I specifically stated, where was that here now? I pointed out to Newsom's bullshit. I said, yeah, because saving human life from demon pieces of shit like you, Newsom, is banning abortion. Your lucky old rhinos lead this state currently. Because if we were in charge, your punk ass would already be sitting in Ohio prison for election interference. And that's the truth, honestly. If I was governor right now, he would 100% have an arrest warrant out from already at this point, dude. So, God, I hate that motherfucker. Let's go ahead and read some of the other replies to Newsom's piece of shit ass here, honestly, in this episode. So you got this lawyer woman said, if people only knew Newsom signed into law abortion after birth, murder. Hey, we are still waiting for your comment on the Chinese biolab in California. By the way, for those that didn't know, there was actually a Chinese biolab that was recently discovered in California doing all kinds of crazy shit there. And that's about all I'll say about that because, don't want to talk too much more about that. And then somebody else said, worry about your own state, Newsom. This person said, you got jokes, Gavin. Nice try. Let's see what these ones are. California annual population change. Yeah, and it's talking about going up, down some more. 2019 and 2020. Yeah, and then of course it's the fact that you have open borders now. It basically they're influxing illegals into that state, and then you have obviously illegals voting for Newsom is what it is, dude. So 100% that guy should not be governor currently because of that reason alone. Because you have illegal aliens illegally voting for him to go into power. That is what it is. Because they're going to be given free handouts by the state of California is what it is there. So, anyway. Yeah, and then we got California defaults on $18.6 billion in debt, saddling employers with the expense. That was as of May of this year. Not surprising at all, dude. Fucking scumbag ass Newsom, dude. Somebody else just told Newsom to resign. Now, let's see. This Kevin guy said, Gavin has presidential aspirations and hopes to bring these policies to the rest of the country. Yes, he does. And that's the whole point now. And I've said it before, dude. The entire point of Newsom's bullshit right now is that they are trying to legitimately basically do an old bait and switch of Newsom and Biden right now. Because they know Biden's not viable right now. They know there's all kinds of crimes going on with Biden's ass. So he's probably going to get impeached over that pretty soon is what it is. And so what are they going to do? They got fucking Newsom sitting on the fucking deck for backup and stuff like that. And that's what I fear about right now, honestly, with 2024 is them basically trying to shift Newsom and or potentially Gretchen Whitmer into that position of power is what it is, dude. Because that, honestly, that would be the demon ticket from hell right there. If it was a Newsom Whitmer or Whitmer Newsom fucking ticket right now for the presidency, vice presidency for the Democrat Party, dude. That being said, I think RFK has a real shot at beating both their dumbasses at that point then, if it was those two jackasses in the race. So, I think, honestly, the only reason that Newsom hasn't technically done his, song and dance to get in the president, to try to run for the primaries, what it is right now, is because he knows that it's basically only a matter of time before shit goes down here, like probably by the end of the summer is my guess, and it'll be sometime like really end of August here, or like early September is what it is. Possibly even this coming fall. Because I think you have until, I think it's either the end of the year or it's the beginning of like January of next year is when they actually have to technically like throw their hat in the race then. So yeah, we could potentially have like the next several months right now where Newsom's basically just like, toting some shit, and all of a sudden he jumps in and is like, yeah, I'm running for president now. And I'm not sure if California has something similar to what Florida had, where you had to do a resign to run, is what it was. Because if they do, that would make sense why he's not running yet. Because it would force him out of the governorship then and force him to go, for the presidency then is what it would be. And it's crazy and scary to think about that shit right now, right? Like, we already know that they fucking fucked over 2020. That's going to be proven at that point. So it's like, at what point are they going to fuck over 2021 as well, man? Or, sorry, not 21. Or are they going to fuck over 2024 as well on that one? And there was actually some dude here on YouTube that did, I think it was almost like a battleground scenario or whatever then, where it was Newsom as president and stuff like that, and using like AI drone tech or whatever to take out American people and shit. Like, dude, it ain't that far from the truth, honestly, at this point. Like, oh my God, dude. Like, I couldn't even imagine Newsom getting the fucking presidency right now. Like, you want to talk about you want to talk about something that would kick off civil war in about 10 seconds or less? Like, that would be it right there. Honestly, especially if it can be proven fuckery as well. So, yeah, for those interested, though, the thing that one guy was talking about with Newsom's political aspirations and stuff. In the last few days now, you had a dude who was a known mass murderer, or not, I guess not mass murderer, he's like a double murderer is what it was there in California's prison system, killed 2 kids, claiming to be a woman now, and on the taxpayers' dime in California is now getting free breast implants because they're claiming to be transgender. So, yeah, absolutely disgusting, dude. I'm going to go see how much Newsom is actually being ratioed in the comment section on this again. So you got this person saying, bans and mandates are not my thing, but they're yours, meaning to Gavin Newsom there. This person said that, Gavin Newsom, how can you justify finding fault with others when your home state is in need of improvement? Exactly. Somebody else said, any orders from the big guy, meaning Biden. Let's see, this Caleb kid said, I'll take Ohio's laws protecting innocence any day over California's barbaric ones. And somebody said, quote unquote, early voting. Yeah. So I'm not going to show that video because it's just people getting their asses beat in California because they can't have gun rights there is what it is. So let's see, somebody else said, fix the mess that is California. This Dallas guy said, oh, that's right. The governor who says, do as I say, not as I do. I forgot about that. This person was just shit talking Jim Jordan. They could fuck off on that one. Let's see, this person here said, Constitution isn't a GOP plan, Gavin. States regulate abortion. If the people in a state vote for it, it isn't a backfire. It's the constitutional working just as it's supposed to. We Republicans tend to support that, even when we don't like the result. What else did this person say? I said, can't believe I have to explain this to my own governor, meaning Gavin Newsom apparently is their governor of California. Well, see, that's the problem, though, right? Because, of course, you'd have to explain that to a sitting governor, because half of these motherfuckers, like Gavin Newsom, etc., don't actually read the fucking documents that they swore a goddamn oath to. Whether it be for Newsom taking the governorship there, the U.S. Constitution, or the California Constitution. Because if they did, they would understand that they're actually breaking the oath of their state constitution and the federal constitution with the Second Amendment shit that they've done, where they've tried to ban the Second Amendment in those states and stuff like that, dude. Because I'm pretty sure, actually, just like Ohio have an Article 1, Section 4, where we actually have the right to keep and bear arms in the state, I'm pretty sure there's actually one in California's constitution, too, for that matter, where they actually have the right to keep and bear arms in that state, and yet Newsom has broken that law every fucking day he's been in the governorship right now, and even was lieutenant governor there, because it was under his lieutenant governorship, under that previous moron, Jerry Jones, I think that's what it was. Or wait, was it Jerry Jones? Jerry Brown, that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, it was Jerry Brown governor, Gavin Newsom lieutenant governor there. And you had, ever since the whole thing with, what's that guy's name? The dude who killed all of his roommates and then a couple other people on the outside of the, like everybody said, this is he plowing to him and shit like that, and then went on like a shooting spree or whatever it was. And that's what basically led to red flag laws there in California. It was all Newsom doing that framework, by the way, as lieutenant governor there. He was the one that instituted red flag laws under Jerry Brown's governorship. He was the one that did all the universal background check shit under Jerry Brown, et cetera, et cetera. So it's pretty sad, too, by the way, that I actually know more about California politics than dipshit Newsom knows about Ohio politics. And I don't live in California, dude. I'm just good enough to know that kind of stuff because I actually do my fucking homework on like dipshit Newsom. So, anyway. Where was I at here now? Let's see here. This Colleen woman said yes as a retarded way because you spelled it YAESSSS. Thank you for speaking out about the nation's problem with trying to stop the ability to end a pregnancy. People of California are doing so great, and you are absolutely spot on with having done lockdowns, etc. I don't know if this one's being for real or not here now. Let me go ahead and read the rest of this, though. Thinking you should just encourage Ohio to lock their people down, especially if they are not behaving. Okay, I think she's being sarcastic, but, like, I'm not even, like, that's the thing, right? I'm not even sure anymore, dude, because that might be for real. So I really have no idea on that one, man. Like, I don't know if that's her being sarcastic or her being for real on that one. It's really hard to tell anymore these days, man. Let's see. This Giovanni guy said, Gavin's leadership style is truly unique. He seems to have mastered the art of driving a state towards challenging times and difficult situations. Somebody else just said, let babies live. Someone else said, you should focus on your own state, meaning Newsom. This person said, gosh, Gavin, with California so spectacularly falling apart, you'd think the governor of that state would be focused hard on what went wrong and how to turn it around. I have some suggestions, but no, you're out there pointing at shiny things in faraway states. You still have eyes on the Oval Office, don't you? Incredible. Exactly. As Jack Guy said to Newsom, and yet you want to fund the killing of black children. KKK would be proud of you. Yep. And that's what it is, too, by the way. When you look at where abortion centers in this country are, in many places, it's all legitimately in ghettos in this nation. They put Planned Parenthoods in all the black neighborhoods and stuff like that. And it's by design, dude. You look at the history of Planned Parenthood, specifically with Margaret Sanger. She specifically talked about killing off the black race, is what it was. And that's exactly where Nazi Germany got their eugenicist tactics from, was from Margaret Sanger's ass. Because they're like, ooh, that looks good to us. And then they started doing the same shit in the death camps there during Nazi Germany with Auschwitz and every place else like that, is what it was. So, yeah, not surprising in the least that Newsom would be going down that road because, I mean, shit, man. I mean, seriously. Gavin Newsom? Adolf Hitler ring a bell? Same number of letters in both first and last name, baby. So, anyway. I mean, he could be a modern day Hitler for all the fuck we know, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if Gretchen Whitmer was actually Hitler's granddaughter for real at this point. And until she takes a DNA test to prove otherwise, I'm going to keep saying she is, honestly. So, anyway. Let's see. This Michael guy said to Newsom, said, you banned red candy and you have banned red candy and guns. You're just a hypocrite. This person said, pretty sad and pathetic when your concerns are other states and their abortion laws while California self-destructs. Let's see. This Banda guy said, this is what you're talking about. Do you know that there's alien bodies being housed in the U.S. military? That's weird. I'm assuming that's from the UFO stuff that's coming out now is what it is, which, by the way, is a distract from a lot of other shit going on currently. Let's see. This Lisa woman said, God will judge you harshly. Example / Weinstein. For those who don't know, Gavin Newsom's wife was actually one of the Harvey Weinstein victims, supposedly. So, yeah, this guy's just a fucking idiot. So, let's see. This Brian guy said, hey, stay in your lane, Newsom. California is your bag. Yep, exactly. Let's see. This Brad guy said, so you went from 20% to 100%. Sounds like a load of bull to me. Let's see. This person said, Democrats aren't known for their math skills. I mean, shit, man. Just ask LeBron James in his I Promise school. Actually, I heard of one earlier this morning, actually, which was talking about MLK Junior High School. I'm not sure which state that exists in. I think there was a couple of them, actually, if I'm not mistaken. There's also MLK Boulevards and stuff like that all over the place, is what it is. But yeah, so basically, the MLK Junior High School, you had pretty much every kid in that school who was of a certain race not being able to pass math skills, while the people that are special needs being able to beat them in math skills, dude. And it's like, that's pretty fucking sad, bro. Like, really fucking sad, actually. Actually, I'm going to see if I can find that real quick, because I know it was I thought I grabbed it here, but I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, here it is. I labeled it as LeBron James generation. So let me go ahead and screen share this screen cap here. It was a CNN article that came out here a couple days ago. Yeah. 100% of students, 100% of students at MLK Junior High School had lower standardized test scores than all special needs students in the school. That is fucking pathetic, dude. That is some sad ass shit right there. So, yeah. Just sad and pathetic all at the same time, dude, for real. All right, let's go back to people roasting the shit out of Newsom for another few minutes, and then we're going to end off this stream with that, I think. So, because fuck Gavin Newsom. Criminal scumbag, multi-time felon that hasn't been arrested for felonies yet. Literally the creation of a two-tier justice system, etc., etc. Let's see here. This person said, people in California are homeless, but why would you care about the state you govern? Yeah, exactly. Newsom is destroying California. Dude, California is in ruins. What are you talking about? This person said, have you ever tried minding your own fucking business? Means Newsom. Exactly, dude. Yeah, I love it. Let's see here now. Got some other people calling out Newsom's shit here is what it is. So, let's see what this one is. Texas budget surplus hits $24 billion. That was as of last May. Meanwhile, in California faces a $32 billion deficit. This was not an easy budget, according to dipshit Newsom as of May 13th, 2023. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Yeah. Okay, so here's my biggest problem with Newsom, right? So you have a dude who has active glaciers in his state, like actual high mountain glacier area there, where the snow at the top of them conveniently runs right down and could be having pipes of some kind installed there to catch said snow melt that could be viable drinking water, and also, for that same matter, could be used to, I don't know, fight wildfires and stuff in the state later on. You know what dipshit Newsom does with that water, though, instead of actually installing said pipes and stuff like that? Oh, no, we don't want to do that or anything. We don't want to actually help people survive and have deserty areas actually be able to thrive with having a surplus of water available. No, we're just going to let that shit shoot right out in the fucking ocean. That's what Gavin Newsom's solution is and shit, dude. They let viable drinking water literally flow right out into the California oceans. Genius, Gavin Newsom. Top notch. Grade A, bro. Fucking dumbass. Oh, God, I hate this motherfucker so much, dude. Got my blood boiling. Anyway, let's continue on here. As Michelle Woman said, evil is all around us. Repeat and ask for forgiveness. Let's see. This Kevin guy again said, Newsom is trying to distract from the dumpster fire he has created in California. Let's see what the media... oh, wait. I might want to stop screen sharing that for a minute because I don't know exactly what this is gonna click to. So, okay, it's something else here. Yeah, it said you can almost smell the sweet, sweet Californian freedom Gavin Newsom has created or crafted. Okay, let's see what this actually leads to here. Okay, I'm glad I did not allow that to be shared because it's basically people getting the shit kicked out of them on the side of the street. It's a bunch of homeless fighting each other, basically, is what it is. And people smacking each other with brooms and shit. Jesus. Oh my God, bro. Fucking ridiculous is what that shit is right there, man. All right, let's see here. This guy here said, Comrade Newsom, one of the lead... I'm not even sure how to pronounce that word, honestly. Artoprops of the radical new cultural revolution, modern-day Democrat, is the Mao extremist socialist Democrat, similar to the great proliferating cultural revolution in China under Mao Zedong. Modern Democrats want, let's see here now, purge capitalism and traditional elements from American society. Red Guards, BLM and Antifa, formed by the youth of the country, comprise the beating, smashing, and looting elements. Denotation rallies, modern left cancel culture, violence, chaos, and revolution. The left agitating to overrun or gut the Supreme Court. BLM Antifa riots with no consequences, and now with millions of dollar rewards, destruction of historical relics and artifacts, topple all the statues, rewrite the classic books so as not to offend, public humiliation, imprisonment, forfeiture of property, or political enemies. There is no. This one is obvious. Persecution of intellectuals, big tech government collusion to violate freedom of speech and expression online, closing schools and universities, and suspending exams. Said under Mao's influence, Chinese arts became a venue of mass media. Art forms such as opera were changed, adapting lyrics from the revolutionary message. Mao's use of art as a form of mass media was one of the Cultural Revolution's most effective forms of propaganda. And they pointed out as Hollywood, ABC, NBC, the mainstream media, basically, Facebook, etc., all the social media sites. So, yeah, pretty much. This guy's a fucking moron. I'm actually going to call their dumbass out. No, they're not. You're a liar. I'm going to go ahead and block that stupid motherfucker. Because that's what I'm going to do, honestly. I have my 2 cents be said, and then I just block their dumbasses instead of getting engagements anymore. Let's see. Somebody else called out Newsom here says the abortionist, meaning Newsom there. Of course. Let's see. This person said, reminder, abortion was largely made possible by Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood to help keep black population down. It has mostly worked. Don't believe. Check on Planned Parenthood's own website and their history. Yep, exactly. I said before that a little bit ago. So, let's see. This William Blair here said, imagine betting your career, what's left of it, on the death of babies. You people make me sick, meaning Newsom and company there. Yeah. A bunch of other people were just saying, go fix California. Let's see. This fucking idiot. It's talking about voting no. I'm just going to call him out on that one. The reason I said okay, commie, is because literally you look at the people that are actually like backing this shit, and it's literally the Communist Party of Ohio that backs the Vote No campaign. This person's just a fucking idiot right here. Let's see. Republicans are changing. I'm calling this motherfucker out on that one. No, we don't want scumbag anti-gunners like Michael Bloomberg controlling our state constitution and pulling the same BS he did in Oregon with BM 114. Not sure why that was hit with what you call it, because it's a BS, but whatever. Again, no reason to interact with that person after that, just calling out their shit and being done with it. Somebody else talking about the Chinese biolab there. I'll leave it at that. California insurance market rattled with withdrawal by major companies. Yeah, literally houses on fire there. I'm not sure if that was from a wildfire there or if that was from a BLM riot, honestly. Neither would surprise me at this point. And that's another problem too, by the way. I mean, you look at that shit like that, man. Like, what you have there is you have a situation in California, and like I said earlier, with Newsom's fuckery and stuff like that, with not allowing drinking water and stuff like that come out from the mountains. It's the same kind of shit there as well, where you have his dumbass putting so much regulation and red tape in place that you can't even cut down dead trees on your own property or create, actual fire breaks. So that's why you've had wildfires in that state for like a decade now burning. And it's like, bro, that's just stupid. Like, why would you not take a bunch of dead debris and stuff like that and just do like controlled burns of that shit? Which is possible, by the way. You just start like a little fire or whatever the case be, and then eventually over time you let it burn itself out then. And if nothing else, like you have like fire extinguishers or, you know, water at the ready is what it would be. So if it starts to get out of control or whatever the case be, you just douse the shit is what it would be. So yeah, it's just stupid, man. But that's the problem. And actually, there was a good one. I remember my old neighbor was telling me about this a few years ago because at the time his one of his uncles actually lived in California, and his uncle had this tree in his backyard. At least half the tree was dead, but because of California regulations, this dude could not cut this tree down, even though if a lightning bolt or something hit it, the entire tree was going to go up, and so was his house. That's how fucking stupid California's regulations are on stuff like that. And yet this motherfucking dipshit Gavin Newsom wants to bitch about Ohio laws and abortion and stuff like that, while his demonic ass is literally killing kids on demand, even after birth for that matter. When you have him signing in after birth legislation to kill kids after birth, where you can basically have, I think it's up to 60 days or something after they live, and they're at home there. If they die within that 60-day time span or whatever, it's basically just considered, oh, we're not going to investigate this at all for possible child murder. No, it's fucking SIDS, right? Yep, it's just SIDS. Just SIDS happening, you know? Just SIDS when somebody smothers a kid with a fucking pillow and shit. And what's even worse is I know there's been other legislation in California that's been proposed for up to possibly 2 years after life that you could kill a kid as a fucking toddler. Like, what the fuck kind of sick shit is that, dude? Like, that is straight demonism right there is what that is, dude. And like I said, we are literally in a fight of good and evil. It is demon, pedophile, child molesting pieces of shit like Gavin Newsom versus God's angels. Period. It's that fucking simple, honestly. So, anyway. Yeah, you got somebody doing the Jerry Brown. I ruined California, and Gavin Newsom said, hold my beer. Yeah, I like this person's thing that says this is when did Gavin Newsom become governor of Ohio. Exactly, dude. Exactly. We didn't vote for his ass. So, let's see. Always division in other states with Gavin. Barbie visits a Democrat city. Fucking shit up on blocks. That's about right. That's about right, man. Let's see what this Brian guy here said. Said, hey, people, see what I have done for California. See, under Gavin Newsom, they have the highest poverty rate in the nation, highest gas taxes in the nation, highest state income tax in America, record homelessness. Yep, sounds about right. And the worst part of it is a lot of that's mobile homelessness actually under dipshit Newsom. So, let's see. Anything else we want to talk about? Yes, person said, yes, let's kill more babies. Wonderful idea. Somebody else said Republicans should ban hair gel. Newsom would spend the rest of his days in an insane asylum. He could not cope about it. Yeah, probably. So, a bunch of other people were just calling the biolab stuff there and whatnot. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Basically, Gavin Newsom can go fuck himself. He should have been arrested a long time ago for a bunch of different crimes. To reiterate what I said in the first 2 minutes of this episode, there should be an actual arrest warrant in the state of Ohio for Gavin Newsom's arrest right now for election interference. The fact there's not is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm going to call out these people right now by name. Mike DeWine, current Ohio governor. Get off your fucking ass and do something. Frank LaRose, current Secretary of State. Get off your fucking ass and do something. AG Dave Yost, get off your fucking ass and do something, because I guarantee one of you three actually has the power to put on an arrest warrant for Gavin Newsom's arrest right now. If not all three of you guys, for that matter. Nothing else. Come together. Talk about some stuff. Figure out exactly what you can charge this fucker with besides election interference on that one. Because I guarantee that's just one charge you can hit him with right now. And start putting out a bunch of different arrest warrants for his ass if that be the case, dude. Not sure if you can actually extradite this motherfucker to the state of Ohio and put him in jail or not, but like, at least bare minimum, you could do something where if he ever would come to Ohio, you could just have him arrested for being on our soil if that be the case, man. So, you know. And if nothing else, just because the whole show is what it would be, though. But that's the thing, right? Like, How interesting would it be actually to have like actual news out there being like the state of Ohio puts out multiple arrest warrants for Gavin Newsom for me to arrest on various things like that. That in of itself, I think, would make a lot of media hype and stuff like that, dude. Because it would show that people actually give a fuck is what it is, and actually listen to their constituency is what it is there. So, anyway, but do I think it will ever happen under current regimes and stuff? No, it won't. Because again, they're all colluding with each other in some form or fashion here and there. They don't really give a shit about the American people is what it is. And it wouldn't be until people like me get in office that we'd actually do something there and charge these fuckers with the multiple crimes they committed at this point in history. So, anyway. That's pretty much it for the day, though. Hopefully this stream doesn't actually get me a channel strike or anything like that. It shouldn't. I don't think it should anyway. I haven't broken any technical things here, and nor should I have to even think about breaking things, because again, it's called freedom of speech, YouTube. It's called freedom of speech, Susan, etc., etc. So, anyway, hopefully I'll be back at some point in the near future. If I'm not, I don't know, man. Something will happen there. But, you know, might just start filming some Rumble exclusives or something if that be the case then. But either way, other than that, we should be doing Tuesday's chat with Honda later tonight. And, we'll talk some more about this on that chat if that be the case. 1 week from today, by the way, is the vote for issue 1 on voting for election day and stuff like that. So I'll be voting. And then I got doctor's appointment after. That's what it is. So, fingers crossed. Issue 1 will actually pass now. And actually, I think it'd be funny if Newsom's dumbass sticking his nose where it doesn't belong here actually allowed more people to come out of the woodwork and be like, you know what? Fuck that fucking cunt in California. I'm going to go vote yes on issue 1 now because fuck this asshole. You don't know to do with our politics here in Ohio. Fuck him. So, anyway. Yeah. That would be funny if that actually brought out like a bunch of people for that matter, because they're just like, fuck Gavin Newsom. Yes on issue 1. But yeah, needless to say though, basically 2 things will happen 8 days from now, which will either be I will be discussing the potential passage of issue 1 next Wednesday, and nothing will really happen after that, or you will have it voted down, and I will be starting the first of 7 petitions for various amendments to be out of the state constitution, the first one being 1 county, 1 rep. So yeah, fuck around and find out, motherfuckers, because Ohio Patriot Education Network is about to get shit done in this state one way or another. Either issue 1 passes, or a whole bunch of motherfuckers are getting called out and losing their jobs in the near future, because we will make sure that 1 county, 1 rep actually passes. And there'll be a lot of other stuff in that thing too as well, for that matter, where it is not only 1 county, 1 rep, we're going to down our state senate by 11 people. We're going to have a better state senate, a better state house. We're going to have overall a bunch of good stuff. We're going to enforce actual term limits with that legislation and retroactively start booting people out of office that have already broken those term limits, etc., and go from there, basically. And even if it does pass, I might still do that, honestly, in the future at some point, because I think, honestly, truthfully speaking, we could get 5% of 88 counties that would back that shit. And I think we could also have 60% of the vote back that stuff as well. So, yeah, needless to say, times are about to change in the state of Ohio, and you're about to have OPEN become a known entity right now in this state, one way or another. So, yeah, like I said, man, piss off the autistic dude and see what the fuck happens, motherfuckers. Because you're not going to like it when it does. Because it's going to be a bunch of constitutional shit happening, and it's about to be what our founding fathers fought and died for in many cases, being a better constitutional republic at a state level. And it's as simple as that. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If anybody wants to come in the back chat and bullshit for a few minutes, I will actually leave well, there should be a link left in the thing there. So I think my cousin just dropped it for us. So anyway, yeah, there should be a StreamYard link there under Lilith's Anarchy. So, but either way, yeah, if anyone's come in there and use that, I don't know. If not, it's whatever. So, But either way, I'm going to go head out now. I'm going to eat some lunch, and then I think I might take a nap for a couple hours then, because kind of tired. Didn't really sleep well last night. Again, it's the weather patterns and stuff like that keep messing me up pretty bad. But, yeah. It's basically getting humid again here in Ohio and sucks ass, so it is what it is. But anyway, Gavin Newsom belongs in prison, period. End of story. I don't care if it's the state of Ohio's prison. I don't care if it's federal prison. I don't care if it's the California prison. But the guy needs to be in a prison cell someplace, is what it is. He is an active criminal. He is a multi-time felon that hasn't been arrested for multiple felonies yet. He has committed all kinds of atrocities from crimes against humanity to literal election theft at this point, and multiple times for that matter, for the election theft thing, and is a complete demon. And I guarantee you, if he is not actively demon possessed right now, he 100% has done a crossroads demon deal with someone with 4 powers, what it is. So, anyway, till later. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, and make sure if you live in Ohio to vote yes next week on issue 1. Because it's time to protect the Ohio Constitution from literal outside special interests like sack of shit Gavin Newsom, who want to fuck over the Ohio Constitution by funneling a whole bunch of millions of dollars. Actually, it will be billions eventually, but yeah. Right now, it's tens of millions of dollars into ad buys for vote no campaigns. So, yeah, fuck the left. Fuck outside special interests like Gavin Newsom, Michael Bloomberg, George Soros, Alex Soros, etc. And it's time to protect our state constitution from these little douchebags who are a bunch of globalist fuckboys and globalist fuckers to begin with. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all on the next one. Later.